What's going on, everybody? Today is day 85 of my Captain Quarantine log. So I appreciate everybody who sponsored yesterday. People have met some really cool people. I thought I met cool people, but some of you guys have definitely met some cool celebrities or, Actually, no question of the day today. I'm actually going to be getting into a difficult conversation that's going to take quite a bit of time to explain. Now, I'm going to try to do my best to explain it as well as possible in a 4-minute video, 3-minute video, which I probably won't do successfully. So, wish me luck. So, I was talking to a buddy of mine today, and they was asking me some generic situations, some generic questions that got me thinking that a lot of people don't have a solid definition for what racism is. They just see something, they call it racist. You see this a lot online, and you also see a lot of people complaining about it, saying that X doesn't make such and such racist. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my definition of racism and try to explain it as best as possible. So this is going to be difficult, so just bear with me. In order to understand racism, you do have to understand what prejudice means, and more specifically, racial prejudice, because it's a very important component of racism. It's pretty much saying that you're judging someone based off of only their skin color when somebody's racially prejudiced. So you could take racial prejudice and mix it with certain things to get other words that we often use. For instance, racial prejudice mixed with violent speech would be hate speech. Racial prejudice mixed with a violent crime could be considered a hate crime. I'm trying my best to explain this, and I'm going to get to my point in a minute here. So how do I get my definition of racism? Is racial prejudice mixed with oppression. So that would be what I consider as racism. And a lot of people throw out the word racism to talk about a lot of different things. So the best way to explain this is by example. Let's say somebody's walking down the street and they know it's a group of people coming at them, but they're so far away that they can't tell any features about them. None at all. So in order to feel safe, they walk across the street. That is strictly prejudice or stereotyping at its core. Now we take the same scenario, and instead of walking across the street immediately, the person waits to see if they see the person in their skin color. Well, they walk across the street because of their skin color. That is racial prejudice. Now here's where the combination comes into point. Now after this person walk across the street, technically they have not committed a racist act. They only commit racial prejudice. However, if that person picks up this phone in order to call the cops, in order for the cops to commit oppression on these people strictly based off their skin color, that's when you get racism involved. And a lot of people are like, well, what about hate speech? All hate speech can be considered racism only because it does causes oppression. For instance, hate speech could lead to a black person buying a property worth less because he's scared his neighbors may kill him, or force a black family to move out, or force a black family to miss their son's execution, which all have happened throughout the history of the U.S. So hate speech is a form of racism because it does cause oppression. So does hate crime. Hate crime causes oppression. Now, the troll on Facebook, the little guy in his fucking basement talking shit, he's probably not going to impress me or anybody I know. So he is strictly, unfortunately, doing racial prejudice no matter how shitty of a human being he may be. That's my video today. I'm about to go ahead and drink some whiskey and prepare for all the fucking comments I'm going to get from this thing. It's about to be spicy tonight, guys. Catch you guys tomorrow, and take it easy on me tonight, please. I promise I mean good.